What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Editor Perky here, and I just want to say real quick before we start the video that this is a new start to a new series, and I hope you guys like it. I don't think it's been done before in this correct and or exact format, but just wanted to let you know also that I am very happy of how fast the channel has been growing. Um, and you guys are doing amazing. I'm just glad that you guys continuously watch the videos instead of just watching one or just tuning in. I appreciate either type of support, but you guys are doing absolutely amazing. And your interaction with the videos have been also pleasing, and I am so grateful for you guys. And I'm grateful for the squad that I play with, dealing with my angry ass all the time, but we all get it done. So I just hope you guys enjoy this new series, and if it's something you like, please comment, like, and subscribe, and let us know what topics you want us to talk about. And well, nothing more. Let's get to the video. You know, Zebra, I'm really tired of recording the Perky plays. We should try something different.
Yeah, the low T per fade meme is still massive, you're right.
Whatever that means. Alright guys, welcome to the first video of the podcast, and today's first topic is AI. Do we all agree on that?
Uh,
You guys can talk.
Yes.
You guys can talk.
Yes.
Everybody's
yes.
audio is
Yeah.
included?
Yeah.
yes,
Alright. So who wants to go first?
The man, the myth, the legend, Zebra should go first.
Alright, Zebra, you're on the stage. What's your opinion on AI?
I think we're eventually all gonna die to it, but what do you think is the one job that'll be left over from AI? Like one job that won't be touched by AI?
Digging graves.
That could definitely be touched by AI.
Yeah, I think
Well, yeah, you're right. Fuck.
I think maybe reproduction. If that's
Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
disagree, because, like, we already have artificial insemination. The only thing we
No,
need to
we have
find
bone
out
marrow
is...
babies.
Yeah, like, what we just need to have an egg at that point. An artificial egg. Lab rat babies.
lab rat babies. Is that what you are, Ace?
Well said.
Is that what you are?
No, I'm a bastard.
Ace, you're literally a rat.
Oh yeah. I'm King Rat though. I'm King Rat.
He's King Rat. He's King Rat. Okay. So Kirby, what about you?
I think it's trying to take over.
In like what way though?
I think everyone thinks that.
Right.
Like how Tesla vehicles can drive themselves and all that stuff. They're making robots to where they can work like humans, so they're just gonna take over like the human species basically.
I've seen that. I've seen there was some kind of convention I seen on social media to where people go up and speak to the robots and ask them like if they could buy a cookie or something like that, and the robot like
Yeah.
or like alcohol, the robot literally like ID'd the guy and everything, and like the guy gave him like a
it's
credit
crazy.
card, and the AI was able, like the robot was able to decipher if it was a credit card or an ID. Like I think, I don't know. I feel like everything's trying to be made easy and convenience. I feel like convenience is the downfall of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do know that the next step is actually going to be through Elon. He's got this AI integrated thing with like blockchain, if y'all have heard about that.
Mhm.
But basically, like, you'll have a digital version of your house, and like every business and like everything will be digitized, and you're gonna like be able to invest in like a single house property and shit like that. Like, it'll be crazy.
I don't know where that would go. Like, so wait, so like, is this something it would be like in virtual reality, or what would it?
Oh, my
It's
bad.
like, it's like a receipt, basically. Like, so instead of,
So you would
like, you
own
have
the
the physical
digital
version.
land of that property?
Yes, only if you owned the actual land, but then
Okay.
other people could invest into it and make money off it, like stocks.
So it would be like everybody would get shares of this property. So it would turn into like a pie that everybody would get like a slice of if they bought it.
Right.
And
But
then
there's
I'm
no,
guessing like
there's no owning after that. Like, everybody partially owns it, you know? Like, there's no like sovereign land
does that mean
anymore.
everybody has a right to walk up in the house?
Right, that's exactly, yeah.
I just
That's
don't
a
know how
problem,
that.
though.
Yeah, I don't know how that would really like correlate like in
But
a good way.
that's what they're talking about. Just making a receipt for everything, and then you can invest into it. Like literally, like your house right now. If you owned it, somebody could invest into it and buy you out, basically.
Wow. I personally think that AI, like I said, is made for the whole point of convenience. Like the self-driving cars and everything like that. Like I know I went through tons of tests, but I just don't understand why like there's so many different things that could go on. Like the
I
way
don't
that
think
like I feel like I'm sorry. Think that like computer is programmed, so it has to be like precise. Like if you were programming or coding, you would add precise steps. And it like the thing about the humans is that we adapt to different environments. Like let's say the robot is programmed to walk to the kitchen. Now let's say there's a item in the path. Yeah, there might be like a counter to certain things, like a reader or like a scanner, to where it would be able to know to navigate around that. But I feel like if there was somebody like running, or if there's people running around, the robot wouldn't have the consciousness to be able to know, okay, let me walk slower so I have a less chance of getting ran into or running into somebody else. I don't think like I'm not a big guy into coding, but I just don't know how that would work.
Well, for me personally, I think anything like AI stuff is just going to make humans more lazy, and they're not going to want to do as much and go out and see people and talk to people. That's
Oh, for
why
sure.
a lot of people are so shy when it comes to talking, is because all they do is rely on like playing games or watching YouTube, or like Tesla's driving their own vehicle.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't know.
Which,
It's just
I mean,
in my opinion, it's fun to play games and stuff, but it's not. You shouldn't have to rely on it.
like,
I
um,
do.
I know this isn't like a fact, but
I
I've seen this.
totally agree.
I've seen this this clip of like the first refrigerator getting introduced. Like I don't think it was a real recording, but I think it was like reenacted.
Right.
The guy is like selling in, and then one guy comes up, like a buyer, a regular citizen, comes up to the salesman and is like, so what would we need this for? And the guy is elaborating, saying, well, you're buying it for your convenience, so you have more time with your family instead of like it was I think it was like a dishwasher, or not dishwasher, like a clothes washer, like a washing machine. And like, so you don't have to spend more time washing it. You can spend more time going out for a walk, or spending with family, or, you know, picking up a hobby or learning a new skill. And the guy, like, they seem interested just because of that thing, to where, right, I could just throw my clothes in the wash and it'll wash it for me, instead of me having to, back then, if they you know, take a bucket of water and soap and scrub it out and stuff like that. And especially since it does it probably more efficiently, you know. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I
like
mean,
kind of
it it can go either way. Sorry to interrupt, but it can go either way. It just depends on the person, really. Like, there's gonna
true.
be people out there that are gonna be abusing it, and there's gonna be people that are using it to their advantage to like visit family, go out and do things more. But then again, that stuff still needs to be looked after. Like, you can't just let it sit there and not get worked on, or let it break down and then just replace it.
Right,
You have to
right.
actually like, and that's what I think is going to happen, is everybody's just going to like just forget about it, and then everything's going to go back the same, and it's just going to recreate, like history repeats itself kind of deal.
And I really feel like with AI, back on like the main topic, is I think that like if it becomes sentient, because the programming or the coding would involve it in like thinking for itself, to have those adaptive natures that I talked about earlier, about like, you know, being able to navigate and have all the sources of background knowledge and a subconscious, basically. If they notice, I feel like if they notice that we as people are becoming like lazy, or being like less like sentient in a way, because we'll be so brain dead, because our brains won't have to work for itself, and like problem solving and all that, like I feel like they might try. The big thing is overthrowing. Like they'll be like, why are we working for these people? They're dumber than us, you know. And then obviously that would be like kind of like a civil war between AI and all that. But see, the people program the AI, and if AI is so good at coding, like to where an AI could literally start up a stove just by being in the bathroom, because they have all connections throughout the house, if everything's made electronically, you know what I'm saying? Like how you could say, Alexa, turn on the light, or Alexa, close the garage door. You know, like, what if it's able to reprogram itself to where you can have a kill switch, you can have a shutdown, because they've already thought of that, of the person doing that if they did become sentient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, what if instead of, well, what if we have a failsafe? If they start having those type of thoughts, there could be a kill automatically. So like,
Well,
let's say
yeah,
they become
but
sentient.
that's another thing is like that's my fear of AI is just taking over completely, just actually like the machines and like I know you physically can't give it a brain, but you technically can with the ones and zeros, right?
Like some Terminator shit.
Yeah, that's what I always feared. Because like you technically can give it a brain with the ones and zeros, that's its brain, right? That's its heart. But can you actually like make it come alive? Like physically and like walk around, interact with people, and
What was
then
that?
it might.
That's the big question. That's the
Yeah.
big question right there. We
That's the
don't
huge
know.
question.
What was that
That's
one video
that's
game?
what's scary about it.
What was that one video game that came out about AI becoming sentient, or like becoming a deviant? Or
Oh,
whatever it's called?
Detroit
Detroit
become human.
Detroit becomes human.
Yeah.
Like, what if something like that? Like, they knew that like they would get shut down if it became, you know, like AWOL in a way, and like they were getting emotions. Like robots were wanting to be together, and they would shut them down, so they would run away. And there was like people that would help the AIs or like the robots, like escape or whatever like that to avoid being shut down because they knew that people were shutting them down. So maybe they might not find a way to be able to get shut or to stop getting like counter them getting shut down, but they might be like, oh snap, there's basically, I don't know if it'd be classified as murder, but a mass genocide of AIs getting shut down because they're starting to have feelings for a human or another robot.
The ending of that game, because there's 3 paths. Like they
Spoiler alert.
coexisted. Yeah, they coexisted, and then the one is like the AIs take over, and then the other one is the humans win and shut down all the AIs. So like, which ending are you hoping for in that? You like the coexisting or no AIs? Because we definitely don't want to lose. We don't want
I mean,
I-
I feel like accidentally sleeping with a robot is worse than actually sleeping with somebody that you don't know the full gender. So I mean, I don't.
What?
You'll definitely remember that night.
Wait.
Okay, let's not
like,
get
wait,
political now.
That's like asking. Wait, that's asking. Would you rather sleep with a trans or a pocket pussy? Like
Okay,
that's
bro,
literally
let's,
the
let's
same
not
thing.
get political. All right.
No.
let's
I'm
take
not
off this
saying that. I'm saying what he's saying. Like
Right.
you'd be sleeping with a robot, but
It's like
instead
an
of
pocket pussy, yeah.
right. People already do that.
All
and they don't have
right,
a
new
problem
topic.
with
Yeah.
it.
The next topic is
Diddy's
zombies.
baby oil.
We said no Diddy.
No Diddy. Alright.
But it's a genuine good thing, though.
No, we're not
Like,
talking about the
genuinely.
baby oil.
It's crazy,
The video
though,
would be
bro.
way
It's-
too long.
Well, that's
bad.
the lawyer's.
It's bad.
That's the lawyer's job. Bro.
Yeah,
Right,
it's not our. That's out of our
Exactly.
power.
So, zombies. What would cause them? What would we do in a situation like zombies? And what would be the most realistic outcome of zombies?
I feel
Oh,
like
Starting with cause.
nuclear bombs are more likely than zombies, bro. That's why I'm not in this
Yeah.
one. Y'all got this one.
Well, I mean, like technically, it's just viruses, isn't it? It's just a
Right.
virus.
Well, I mean, so we
Yeah.
can only go off of fictional like creations or entertainments. Like,
Yeah.
like let's say there's, okay, you know, a reference Dead Island, right? That was like kind of a hit or miss of what caused them, but there's different variants of zombies and stuff like that. Sorry. Now I would say the most realistic game that had a like the format of zombies would probably be The Last of Us.
yeah.
To where it was a fungus that spread it around, and the fungus would cause like those, you know, abnormalities in the human mind and stuff like that. Now, do I feel like if zombies were to really happen, to where if you got bit, it would turn you into a zombie, unless it was like an infection to where, you know, like kind of like
Well, that's how disease. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
That's
no,
how diseases are.
yeah, you're right,
It's a
like
disease.
like hepatitis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's just spreads.
especially if it gets in
Well,
your bloodstream or anything like that.
I can
Yeah.
tell you the most likely scenario of it possibly existing would be a parasite that goes to your brain and controls your brain. But the only way that it could be like spread through biting and stuff is if it like leaked to your gums from your brain.
Mhm.
Like that's the way it, like
That's true.
that's the
Yeah.
only way I see.
That's already a thing, by the way. Like ants can be controlled
Yeah.
by
But,
funguses.
but most of that's pheromones, like they use scent.
Yeah.
So
Good
Ace, I,
point.
I remember one conversation we had, where you said there's like a certain fungus that will like attach to like dead animals and move them to
Yeah,
elaborate on
there's
that.
like a, okay, so there's this one
Just
wasp.
disgusting.
There's one wasp that like hunts for insects and like I don't know if it's the desert or where exactly, but the wasp literally lays its eggs in the half-eaten insect, and when the eggs like start you know, hatching, they'll go into the host body while it's still alive somehow, and they'll eat it alive like a zombie and then hatch. And then there's another one where it's
In
a
the water.
parasite. Yes, with the water and the flies
Yeah.
and the snails, bro.
Mhm.
Like bird poop is where like the parasites start from eggs, and then like insects will go to the bird poop, and then the larva of the parasite will affect the insect, and then the make the insect kill itself and drown itself in water so it can be born in the water. Like it's scary stuff. Now
Yeah.
if
Right.
it affected humans, then we'd be in trouble.
Well, if a certain like, cause you know everything is always evolving.
Right.
So
Mhm.
if something like that were to enlarge itself in either like spread wise to where it's like all over and to where like so much, or in like basically like size to where like, okay, so a wasp could probably only control like a rabbit or a small insect, but what if it would be something to where a wasp would give it to a certain creature, or kind of like a chain to where it would be big enough, because like, you know, like, think about it, a daddy long leg spider has, it can bite, but it's so small it can't bite us.
Yeah.
Now imagine
It
if
doesn't
that,
So, like,
penetrate.
there are so many diseases out there that we haven't even discovered yet.
that's true.
So many,
Yeah.
like,
Especially-
even in Africa, like, there's so much stuff that a human physically cannot withstand.
Especially in Antarctica,
And-
I heard something about them digging up like some kind of zombie virus from like thousands of years ago
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, like, I don't know
And-
why, but why are we digging up Antarctica? What are we trying to find in Antarctica?
Anything, literally anything. We don't know
Well-
anything about our own planet. We know less about our own planet than we know more about space. We know more about space than we know about our own planet. We only know
Yeah.
10% of our sea. NASA stopped adventuring it.
And why is that? I feel like exploring more
That's
in
some
the
scary
There's-
shit.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
This sort of shit was like, oh hell no.
There's only so much you can discover in the water as of right now.
But all
Because
the
if you go a certain
technologies-
depth,
yeah,
you're not gonna be able to live.
But
But,
how are we like
I don't know.
able to form something? We're getting off topic on the zombies, but
No, it's still diseases and stuff.
right,
like
right.
discovering-
But back to like the Last of Us zombies, 'cause I feel like that's the most realistic. Like, imagine going against like, because when people think of zombies, they think of like the stupid, slow walking, you know, mindless zombies, right? But what about the zombies that are somewhat sentient, and whatever parasite, fungus, disease has certain access to brain, you know, functions to where zombies can open doors, zombies can sprint, zombies can not just walk into a wall and, oh no, there's a wall there. They actually start climbing it and using each other to climb. Like,
That,
Then
Well,
you gotta
like,
think about. Oh, you gotta.
that's the brain. That's the brain.
right.
Official. Like, the brain is so strong. That's why in all the zombie movies they want to shoot him in the head and stuff, right, to kill the brain. Because the brain is everything. It controls the whole body. So if you, in my opinion, if there's actually zombies, they're already going to know that because their brain is still functioning.
Right.
So they're going to know how to sprint. They're going to know how to walk. They're going to see an object in front of them. They're not going to walk into it. That's like,
Right, I
that's
agree.
what I believe.
But at the same time, if it is like a fungus or it's like some kind of parasite or anything like that, it can only control so much of the brain before it like
Yeah.
kills it, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like motor functions would probably be the easiest because it's right in the front. But then like you start to think about like I don't know, like big reasoning or like not reasoning, but like bigger actions like jumping and running. You're gonna need a little bit more than just the front cortex, which is your motor functions.
And
Yeah.
maybe like when we were talking about evolving to where it would even get to that point, let's say years or maybe even decades of zombies that they start evolving. because
Yeah,
Well,
the
this is
body
just a hard
itself wouldn't.
topic.
Yeah, because there's really no factual thing about it besides a
Yeah.
little bit of science with diseases and stuff. But it's all like hypothetical. So like, obviously it wouldn't be the body because it's an unalive body, being controlled by a parasite. The body's just the host. Actually, even at that point, the parasite would become the host because the body's dead.
Right,
Yeah.
that is
And
true.
and so the host would evolve for anything. So maybe it
Well,
would.
no, because the host wouldn't grow. It would just be
Yeah.
the parasite taking control over what's left.
Mm-hmm.
eventually they would just decay. Eventually,
Yeah.
I think that's like I don't think as long as we did something like COVID, I think zombies would just die off entirely. There's
Right.
just no
And
way you
then
could survive.
that's where skeletons come into hand. But
Right, but obviously there's no tissue or no kind
Yeah.
of there's no brain.
Mhm.
So I mean, unless it would be turned into a supernatural thing to where, some kind of spirit was taking over the skeletons, it would be not. So yeah,
Well,
and
we
then
just solved the zombie apocalypse. We just waited out.
yeah, we just saw this.
Yeah, we waited out.
Yeah, we
wait
just
it
waited out, right?
out.
The next thing,
New
the
version of
next
COVID.
topic, and this will probably be our last topic. Ace, you'll like this one: nuclear warfare, the probability, the results, and the outcome.
High.
Take
Well,
a
let-
spike.
This is coming from somebody that's been in the military for 7 years. 100% it's going to happen. Like right now, we're already having threats. I don't know how much I can say of this, but back it was like 3 years ago, roughly, try nuking us, but we ended up shooting it out of the sky. Our SAM sites hit it. So,
Is there any like reported evidence of this?
yeah, it's all over. Like you can find it on everywhere, like social media, everything. Like
Editor
they talked
Perky,
about
if
it
you
for
can
a
find
little
it,
bit.
put it up on the screen.
Yeah, it's a legitimate thing. We have it, Russia has it, China has it. It's never been. No one got rid of it. I can promise you that.
Now, what kind of nuclear warfare would it be? Because I feel like if we go to nuclear warfare, chemical
So-
warfare has been banned. But I feel like if we're already going to nuclear warfare, people are going to say,
So,
screw the ban.
Tell them about
with
the
nukes-
hot spots.
I don't know much hotspots, but I'm gonna explain how nuclear warfare works real quick for people watching. I don't know if you ever watch movies and stuff or seen videos on YouTube of bases getting like that loud burring sound, like brrr and all that shit.
Oh
That's an indication of nuclear warfare. As soon as we hit that red button to launch nukes, the people we're launching nukes at, they're gonna launch nukes at us.
Right.
And then everyone else around us are like, oh, well, they're using nuclear warfare. Let's use nuclear warfare. The whole world is toast.
yeah.
Well, to
Absolutely
be fair,
toast.
I feel like no matter what, humanity as itself, if even just 2 bombs drop, humanity
Yeah.
itself will die
Yeah, 100%.
because
That-
of the nuclear winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's scary to think about, but coming from me, it's going to happen. Probably not soon.
Well, you have to
Probably
say
when
hypothetically in
we're-
a situation like this.
Yeah, but
Hypothetically,
It's
with the
definitely gonna
environment that's
happen.
everything's going on, there's, an estimated high chance of nuclear warfare happening. Now, my question is, and this is just a question that I feel like the viewers would want to know, is how long does a nuclear, like let's say a nuke town, right, to where a testing site, I'm sure it's all been recorded, like how long does it take for the radiation and all of the nuclear effects after the explosion? Because obviously the explosion does damage, but all the after coming effects, how long does that take to get rid of to where people can resurface?
decades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
because
talking like
Chernobyl is
20 years
still
plus.
uninhabitable. Chernobyl
Yeah,
is still uninhabitable, and it was just a meltdown, not even an actual bomb.
And then once nuclear warfare happens, you have to think about trees. You're gonna have to think about like food, everything. Like everything's just gonna like shrivel up. It's not gonna be there because of
But
the radiation.
what would it take for the
Um,
whole world to be completely devastated? Because I know Africa really has no
Not
problems
much.
with anybody. So
It's
there
not
would-
much.
Like, if you were to bomb the North and South Pole, like, our whole world's fucked. Like, without a capital F.
But
But
that
real
would
Because
be
you gotta,
deliberate termination of the human existence. I feel like if
right.
A was like having problems with B, and they both nuked each other, and I would feel like the area of A and B would only be devastated. What about C, D,
Well,
E, F, G?
well, think about
Water.
this. Think
Water. It
about
will leak into
this.
the water.
yep,
So
water, our
there's
drinking water, everything, our food. It's gonna hit us no matter what,
yeah.
and then
So-
we're toast.
So let's say, okay. So I mean, obviously we all know how repopulation
There's not much
works,
There,
but
there's not much you can do about it. That's
Hold
what
on,
we're
hold
getting
on.
at.
There's a hotspot map that I saw, and if a nuke were to hit like the certain spot in America and then like another spot, like they could effectively like cause our stored nukes to blow up and like melt down reactors
Oh,
and
yeah.
all types of other stuff. Like if they hit
Yep.
California or Detroit or like one of these big cities that has a reactor or something, like even if they hit Ohio and our like Wright Pat Air Force Base, if that shit blew up, because we got nukes in there, like it's gonna
Mhm.
cause more damage homeland than like if they just dropped a nuke by itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Who do you think
We're-
would launch it?
we
Oh,
can really
and-
get into that. I don't think we can really get into that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's
mean,
stuff
because
that I
of
know with my
land
security
power.
clearance that I can release, but I can't release.
To be fair, I mean, the U.S. is the only one who has documented used bombs, right? We've used it on
Yes.
Pearl Harbor, and no, Pearl Harbor was us, Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
hmm
Yeah,
Why did
Yeah,
that
I
not
mean-
leak into the water?
it did. They just
It
rebuilt,
did.
and now they have
Yeah.
mutated fish and stuff, and they have mutated wildlife. Like that's the effects of it. But people still
Right.
rebuilt on it.
But let's say if it's in a situation to where it wouldn't devastate the whole world, like Switzerland is still a thing, and there's still parts of Europe and stuff like that. Like because right now the only kind of beef that countries have been having is, and obviously allies could be involved too, but like America,
you can-
Russia, and
you can-
China.
Well,
You can
Well,
never
the-
kill off
Okay.
nuclear. Like it's got a half-life, so it
Yeah.
will always exist.
right.
and
but
also
what
the
I'm saying-
radius too.
Right, and I'm sure
radius
that there's
is
probably bigger bombs than what
thousands
we
and
had
thousands of
in,
miles.
the last time we've used like nuclear warfare. But I think like
Mhm.
if we were to kind of like Noah Ark that shit and have, two of every animal and all that other shit, and obviously like we would probably fall back onto like a herbivoric appetite because we wouldn't
Well-
be able to really like. Not permanently, but I'm saying like, is there a chance to rebuild after nuclear warfare?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
that's
we
why
made-
do you think they're trying to clone like mammoths and stuff? Why do you think they're trying to clone all these other animals? Because they're worried that this world's is about to end. So that way they
Alright,
have all those, like, yeah.
We're kind of running out very short on time, so
Yeah.
we would like to thank everyone for watching, and please subscribe to Z Perky Plays. Alright, anyway, Zeba
It's
out.
official, Perky. Damn, Zero, that was a good video, man.
I know, right? Hey Perky, did your fat ass fall?
No, I don't know
Is
what
that why
that
there's
is,
a
man.
hole
That
in
was,
there?
I think like some construction guys came over or something like that. FBI, open up! Holy shit! What is that? Zebra, we gotta go! Zebra! Go!
Get the
Get
fuck
out of the barricade! Oh shit, we gotta go! Holy shit!
They ain't finding my
Get
drive.
out, Zebra!
I got a
Come
lot
on!
of some weird shit in there.
We gotta
I
go!
really
Oh!
so
Dodge the weed! Dodge the weed! Zebra, I think they got you! Don't give them the unedited footage! We gotta go! Thank you for watching. Say bye, Anna.
Squeak, squeak, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, bitch, back to PetSmart. Fuck it.